Hey guys, welcome back to Yes and No Gossip. I'm Yesenia.
And I'm Noor, and our today's topic is, do you think we should change our behavior to fit in with others? No!
Yes. So, okay, should we? That is a thing, but I think generally that I do change my behavior depending on the group that I'm with. If I'm with like a new group of people, maybe I'm like very reserved and I'm not quite myself. If I'm with people who only like talking about like, I don't know, really, I don't know.
When you're close to them, when they're talking about something different, I feel then.
Yeah, so then I think my behavior is also different. So obviously, I don't want to be a person who changes based on the environment, but I think that is something I'm still working on. I do actually change my behavior. If I'm with people who are very loud and who really are having fun, then I also try to be that. If I'm with people who are relaxed and reserved, I kind of also do that. So that is like my own experience and what I am doing, but I don't know if we should do it.
I personally feel that I took the question in a very different perspective. Like, I'm thinking on it with a very different perspective. For me, this question meant either we should change our personalities or behavior. Do you get it? I took behavior in a way of our existence, I think. So, from where you're coming from, I get it that your behavior, the way you behave, quiet, the way you are as a person, your personality and everything, you should go with the flow or you should alter it a little up and down. And it makes sense, but for me, I'm taking it in a very different way. For me, it's like, okay, if these people do not match my vibe, do I really feel the need to alter my entire personality to fit in with them? Because it's more about fitting in. Do I really want to fit in with people who do not match my vibe? Because everybody cannot be a friend. I always believe in this, that not every person is going to be my friend. And I think the amount of experiences that we've been through I can like now openly say that I don't want to be friends with everyone. Everybody should not have access to you as a person. So yeah, changing your flow, like you're a different friend, I'm a different friend with you in a different capacity. Then there are other friends, and I might be different with them. The way I love them, the way I love you is different. But there are certain people in our life who I feel they try too hard to be a part of a different social dynamic, and they change themselves, their entire personality.
I think that is like a setback of this because I am a bit of a people pleaser, as Noor knows about me.
I made a face, I'm sorry if you see it.
So I think in that realm, I do want people to feel comfortable around me, and maybe sometimes I also tune down my presence if I feel like it might overwhelm someone, which really does leave me a bit confined because I feel like I can't truly say the thing I want, or I can't really do the thing I want. But I think this kind of really got ingrained in me when I moved to Pakistan, because I came from California. Like, I wore whatever I want, I said whatever I wanted, I was so brutally open and honest. But when I came to Pakistan, people couldn't understand that and they couldn't respect that about me. So I kind of had to mold my personality in order to fit in here and to understand and to also make friends. Now, of course, I've made friends like Noor who accept me the way that I am and my true like individuality, but I think generally the people and the culture is not that accepting. So that is a reason that I feel I do alter my behavior. When I'm with like my husband's side of the family, I'm like a different part of me. These are all parts of me. I think something important is to do it with awareness. So before, I wasn't aware, and I think that was taking a toll on me because I would say, why did I act like that? Why did I do that? But I think now I've become aware that, okay, this part of me is accepted in this situation, so that's what I'm gonna have to channel. This part is accepted, I will do that. So I really learned to just channel different parts of me where they are accepted, and some people get to see the full me. And you know, I feel really happy with those people, with my close friends, but others really can't see that part of me. So I get what Noor is saying about
and
this.
I think everybody does not have to see what you are as a person fully. You should take your time to open up with people so you don't end up with wrong people, or you don't end up sharing things with wrong people. I think people pleasing did not come in me. The reason was my father. I think he was a very rebellious, free man. And then I was so close to him that when I was growing up, I had a lot of insecurities, but I never felt the need to please anyone. The only person I wanted to make happy was my father. So I think we all have a little people pleasing thing in them. But I think it like my father would always like give me advice over boys, give me advice. He had a very open relationship with me growing up. So I think I never had that FOMO of fitting in. There were a lot of places that I'll give you a little context. I've worked in fashion. I have worked in PR. So I worked with people who were in the fashion industry, and then I switched the field completely and I started working as a teacher with kids. And throughout that journey, what I realized was that a lot of people have a very rented lifestyle. So they try to like they would come to the PR company, they would ask for clothes of designers. Now this is one place where a designer wants to give you the clothes. I'm not disrespecting any profession.
Then when you're asking for
yes
it.
If you're asking for it, that's
Especially
a
to
rented
maintain
lifestyle.
like a certain status.
A certain status that you cannot afford.
Yeah.
Can you afford that brand? Yes, I can. And then that designer really wants to put their outfit on me or on any. Now that is what you call, you know, a lifestyle. Like you have built that level. You've gone to that level where the designers want you to wear their outfit. But then, no disrespect meant to anyone, but I see a lot of people trying to follow that culture, what you see on social media. I feel they see, oh, this person is like doing so well. I think that made me like, oh my god, whatever. They're sorry for the
disturbance.
She's married
Yeah.
and she has a husband. So I kind of like realized that, oh my god, do I want to do this? Because I'm sorry, but in my growing up, I always saw that you buy things that are yours.
Yeah,
if you cannot have something, that's okay to not have certain things, but what is your lifestyle is something that you've bought, not rented. So I think I'll say it again, no disrespect meant to anyone. It's just to tell the normal people out there who get so fascinated by this culture and who try to fit into a certain dynamic, is that everything you see on social media, most of it is rented. Most of it is not even a part of their lifestyle.
But I think that is very difficult, like living in Pakistan. I think in America it's more independent and people mind their business. But I think in Pakistan it's always about like, oh, what are you wearing? Where did you buy it? How much was it? Like people literally ask you that. Can you imagine in America if you're like out somewhere and someone is like, oh my god, how much was your clothes? I think that's something that happens here very often and is socially accepted. And that is the reason people do feel this pressure to kind of do these things here. I think it is happening in America as well, like, you know, with its whole influencer culture. I think that is like a thing that Noor is referring to, that now is becoming mainstream generally in everywhere. But it's not like that ingrained in the American culture as it is here in Pakistan.
I personally feel that I'm sorry, it might be a little triggering with what I'm going to say up next, so trigger warning, but I have seen girls getting harassed, getting taken advantage of. I don't want to use the word because it's also, using that word is very like triggering for me as well, just to fit into that classist social circle, and just to get into just to attend a party because they have FOMO. So they're like, okay, it's okay if the boy is taking advantage of us, at least we'll get to have access to that party, at least and I was like, oh my god. But then when you dig deep, Yesenia, you realize that it was like a childhood issue where parents have never given them any freedom. And I was like, why? I'm not saying I'm some queen. I have my different insecurities and I'm very open about them, but this is one thing that I'm so grateful to my parents, is that not letting me have like giving me, alhamdulillah, giving me enough exposure and enough freedom to choose something what's right. And what right can be different for everyone. I believe that. I'm not saying I'm some righteous person, but if I don't want to be
I
friends
think if
with
it's
anyone,
feeling good for you and you are like
I-
internally and externally feeling good, that is the definition
if
of love
I
is
don't
right.
want to be, even when I was working in PR Yesenia, I would see, like, I would want, even when I was hanging out socially, I would want my friends to be there. You in PR, you go out and everything. I wanted to do it with you guys. I wanted to do it with my friends who were there.
Yeah.
Not even once did I made an extra effort to be anyone's friend. If naturally the friendship flows, good. If it doesn't, I don't care. I'm not saying
I think
don't-
Noor is at another level because even I cannot do that. So don't feel like, okay, this is something like, just
Not
you.
at the expense of taking advantage of.
Okay, at the expense
Yeah.
of being taken advantage, obviously we can all kind of agree that, that would require reflection if you do feel if you're taken advantage of. But generally, I have been in places where I do want people to be my friend and I do want people to see me and I do want people to talk to me. And that is also okay if you want to really like try to get to know different people. But I think it comes to the line that, okay, are you being
Yes,
respected?
that's all what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I have so many friends. I am an extrovert. I love to hang out with people. You've seen me. We've been together. I do form friendships, but it's not going to be at the expense. Sorry, English is not my
Expense.
first language. Oh God, my Bible.
Yes, you
tongue.
said it. You said it properly. It's not at the
So
expense of your own
I'm not going
safety
to
and
be, yes,
respect.
I'm a girl here, and I am not going to, like, I'm sorry, but my mental health, my physical health, I'm going to be very open because I think girls, they just go from whatever I've seen. I don't want to be a part of any specific social group where boys take advantage of girls and they call you, because this is Yesenia, this is so common in our culture in
Yeah.
Pakistan.
And I think it's accepted. It's not seen as like that bad of a thing. And you see like a lot of people around you doing these things. So I get like how it can seem like that is okay to
You're
do.
so lucky in a way that you're a married woman whose husband also likes to have a life, like go out to social gatherings with her. So that's a very lucky. And a lot of our other friends also have husbands who join them in social gatherings. That's beautiful. But as a single girl, I will, please don't try to fit into places or social gatherings where not accepted. Once you're like, no, I don't care. Trust me, these people are going to follow you wherever you go. I always say this to her, and I think she
This is
has
Noor's
seen this a
favorite
little.
thing, favorite quote.
Yeah, why
but-
do you want to, like, come on, love yourself. If the day you start loving yourself, you will not feel the need to fit in.
But
In
loving
fact,
yourself is also a journey. So
yeah,
it's okay.
take your time, but don't go out for, like, don't try
Do
push
whatever
yourself.
feels good for
Yeah.
you. That is
No,
the
don't
moral.
push yourself.
No, do whatever feels good for you.
Yeah, go get harassed, girl. Don't get harassed. I love my girls.
We are both girls. So
Yeah, that's why I get very triggered when I see women, smart women, putting in so much effort just to be accepted by a guy. But this is something that we will discuss a bit further, and I think our time is
Yeah,
running
next
out.
one.
So don't try to fit in too much. There's always a line for everything.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Don't disrespect
Know
yourself.
your threshold.
Yes,
That's it.
threshold. Threshold. You. Okay, bye. Bye, guys. We need to end it here.
Okay, bye. See you next week.